Hi, everybody. I am Nina Munda with Greensboro Ballet, and this is just going to be a short little video about preparing for point work and things to think about if you think you're interested for point. All right. So you think you're interested. Okay. Number one, make sure you love ballet. Okay. Point work is a commitment, and it's going to take a lot of focus and practice on detail for to work on the technique for that point work requires. So make sure you are really into it and dedicated to ballet. Next, you need to know the options that your dance school has. A lot of schools have a specific class. It's called pre-point. And that class would be to strengthen your ankles and increase flexibility in your ankles. Not all schools do pre-point, but some do. So it would give you very specific exercises, and you want to strengthen different muscles. So you need to work that inner ankle, you need to work that outer ankle, strengthen parts of your toes. There's lots of different exercises to do that. And if you check Greensboro Ballet's YouTube, there we have a pre-point exercise video on there. So you should check that out and do those exercises. You would if you did pre-point class, you'd probably be in there about a year, but it's not for sure that you're going to do a year and the next year you go on point. You may be in there for a couple years, and that's just how it is. If you're not ready, you should not go on point. Okay. Let's see, what else? How do you know if you're ready? Most importantly, your teacher should be the one that decides that you go on point. It's not like another class that you just add on. You're not just going to say, okay, I'm going to start point this year. No, your teacher needs to be the one to make that decision for you. They have the training to decide when that should happen. Okay. Keep in mind that if they are not letting you go on point, or if they're saying you need to wait, they have your best interest in mind. Okay, they're looking out for your safety and your ankles, and your training in the future. All right. The decision is going to be based on a few things. Number one, your technique, your ballet technique. You need to have a few years of ballet training before you would consider point. You need to know the terminology. You need to know the technical aspects of basic ballet. You need to have that in mind, and be able to take the corrections and know how to apply them when you're on point. The strength and the flexibility of your ankles is going to be a big one. You need to be strong enough to hold yourself up onto point, hold the positions. It's very easy if you are on point to rotate outward and twist your ankles. So you need to be strong enough that does not happen. Yet also, your ankles need to be flexible enough to fully be on point. If your ankles are not, pretend this is my point shoe and this is the floor. You want to be all the way up onto point. So you have to have this flexibility right here in your ankle. If you don't, you're going to be sitting back, and you really cannot do point work that way, and that's going to cause a lot of issues with your ankles and your toes, your toenails. It would be painful if that were to happen. Okay. It is going to be based on, they're going to be looking for alignment or posture, the way that you're standing and positions. If you do not have good alignment and posture in your flat shoes, your regular ballet shoes, that is just going to be amplified when you get point shoes. okay? Because that's a lot harder. So you need to get that set before you get the shoes. Um, age. So age is definitely a factor. Um, there's not a set age for to go on point. Okay, it's not a specific age. I would say that I would not consider anyone for point before age 11 or 12. Um, that's just a rule. Um, you have to look for all the factors that I just talked about. So teachers are looking for those factors I just talked about. Um, but also, if you're too young, it has to do with the growth of your bones and the muscles in your ankles. You are more going to be more prone to injury if you are younger. And you also just need a maturity to be on point and be able to take the corrections and apply them. So I would say about 12, I wouldn't, no, that's just a general idea for age range. But as I said, it definitely depends more on the technique and strength. Um, Before you get your shoes, do not try on anyone else's shoes. I know that is super tempting, but that is not going to be good for your feet. You could damage your feet and your ankles because you're not ready for it. And also, could be bad for their shoes. Point shoes are expensive. So people probably don't want you put trying on their shoes to get them messed up. Okay. But I know that it's very, very tempting. Let's see. Okay. So next, your teacher says that you're ready for point. What should you do now? Okay. First, your teacher will talk to you, or you need to check with your teacher. Make sure they don't have any specific instructions for the type of shoes they want you to have or don't want you to have. There's many, many, many different brands and styles. Um, so sometimes if you, especially if you're a beginner, there's certain ones that teachers do not want you to have, or they know the shape and the strength of your feet, so they know what's not going to be good for you. Um, they may also have certain requirements or just recommendations on the toe pads that you wear. Okay, that's going to be the padding for the inside of your shoes. Um, and then they also should be able to tell you where to go to get fitted for your point shoes. And you do need to be fit. So this is not going to be one that you just go and pick up a pair. You're not going to order them for your first pair. You need to go to a store. You need to be fit. It does take a while. You're going to need to try on a lot of different shoes. These are not going to fit like any other dance shoe that you've worn before. Um, there's a very specific way they need to fit because you are going to be dancing with all your weight up on your toes. So if they do not fit, it is going to be cause some damage to your feet. Um, let's see, what else? Um, I will just say, now I may be biased because I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I did work there, full disclosure. But if you're in Greensboro, Carolina Dancewear is wonderful. Okay, they take the time to fit you. So you need a store that carries many, many, many different brands. You should go in and see just a wall of point shoes when you go into a store to be fit. They should take the time to ask you questions beforehand. If your teacher has any recommendations, they should be asking you that. They should be checking your street shoe size, and um, they should check that. So you're going to try some on. You're going to check the fit of them each time. So it's very important that whoever is fitting you should be very detailed, asking you questions. How does it feel? And you need to be able to vocalize how it feels so they can get some feedback and try something different if they need to. Um, you need to call the store or Yeah, I would just call the store before you go to be fit. Um, and if you're not sure, ask, how many brands do you carry? Do you have a lot of point shoes? You need to check their hours. Do not go right before they close because when you go to be fit for your point shoes, it's going to take a while to be fitted. To be fit, it could take an hour or more, especially for your first pair to find the right kind. There's so many different varieties. All of the point shoes are different shapes, styles. They are going to be different colors, and you're not. It's not something. It's different shades of pink. So you're not going to pick the shade that you like. You're just going to go with whatever fits your foot the best, and you're also not going to pick. Say, hey, so and so has this kind. That's the kind I want. No, you are getting these point shoes specifically fit to what works the best for your foot. Okay. Um, let's see. I think that's about all I have for this video. I think we're going to do other videos specifically about them getting fit and what to do after you've been fit at the store, and also probably a video on specifically on sewing your point shoes. That's a big thing. Always seems difficult at first, and knowing how to do that. So we'll do a video for that. If there's any other specific kind of videos you would like, comment, let us know. Or if you just have specific questions, uh, leave us a comment and we will get back to you or post a video on with that information. All right. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.